Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nerds to Human, and welcome back to the Slavic campaign. And you join me today outside Campus Quaddy, where we will obviously add this to our bustling little new empire here, burgeoning new empire even. And yeah, it will of course give us a border with the Romans, so we've got to bear that in mind. But they look like they've got a few problems to deal with over here by diplomat cities. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Quite an easy border with the Danube here, just the one bridge. So I think that's a nice place to basically leave our core territories. Now, today we're planning to move further eastward and take up some of these Russian territories. I think by this point we've hopefully seen the Huns and the Vandals having moved on. I don't know exactly where they are at this point, so one thing I am going to be doing as soon as I take this town is sending some spies out. We've got a spy training there. Can we get one in Marcomanni? No, because we're actually currently getting a market. We are currently lacking just a little bit in terms of options. So yeah, we're going to send out some spies, see where they are, because I think now they might have cleared off, we can go and take some of these settlements back, such as our Slavic friends over there that we obviously hoarded from in the first place. So that is very much the plan for today. We can really tie up the northern Slavic lands before we start thinking about leaping south towards the southern Slavic lands. Now, we've got ourselves an army here. It's got some decent spearmen with the Federati, the Roman lads. Well, sort of not really Roman lads, but Roman lads. There is a warlord, and there are some Lombard archers who are longer range archers than ours. So, they do have the range advantage. I've got some extra summation archers just so we can basically drown them. Normally, when they're a village like this, we will probably find that they just sort of hang around the edge of the village and we can catch a few units nice and early. So I'm going to shove my units right up to the edge of my borderland here. This is very strange. I've actually just not cut in the edit as I led the battle. But yeah, no, I'm just going to push up straight to the city here. Bit of an odd angle to start at. We'll just come straight over here. And if we just line up our troops, particularly our archers, for example, nice and to the front, I'm just going to send these. Part of the reason I got the horse archers as well, these extra horse archers, because I just want to run straight forward here, because they almost certainly will have some units just waiting to get murdered. So we're going to do that. Yep, they've left a couple of units, a spear warband and the general himself. So they can shoot straight away. They will go and do that. You guys, both of you, swing over there instantly. Get yourself in range. The two infantrymen, honestly, if you can get yourself near and start drawing them in, that wouldn't be a bad thing either. Get yourself about there. Run at it while you are getting on that. General, you can... In fact, to be fair, General, if we can manage to catch their warlord now, that would be ideal. So let's just speed this up. Make sure you shoot at him, lads. Get a shot in at him if you can, because we want to pull him in nice and early. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing, but if I can just pull him back. Come on. Come on. Ignore your natural... Yeah, well, that surrounded them, hasn't it? Okay, pull in those Federati as well. You guys just slam into them. Archers, stop shooting for the moment. We can try and take these guys out straight away. These guys are being pulled in. That's ideal because now we've got them surrounded. So yes, archers. Are these guys in range? Not quite yet. I have no idea what these guys are trying to achieve here because they're going to get slaughtered. Carry on charging them out. Right, this is good. We've managed to do what we want to pretty much straight away. You guys shoot at them. You guys are their general. Yeah, their general's getting quite close. Run away! Run away. No. Don't get stuck in that battle. You can win that, sure, but just pull out. I don't want you to take unnecessary losses. Right. Oh, these guys are getting themselves stuck now. The only problem with in the cities, cavalry can be a little bit awkward. I told you to run! What are they doing? They're just being stupid! I told you to go over there! Oh, let's just send the infantry in. Infantry, get in there. We're losing summations for no good reason here. Anyway, it's fine. The general is in position. Oh, the cavalry are so annoying sometimes. Right, it's fine. Archers will continue to shoot at them. And the general's just going to get himself smashed in by all of our units. That kind of suits me. Archers can continue to shoot at those guys. Golden Band, just do your war cry here. They're getting chops down. They won't last particularly long. You guys, you can break them pretty soon. I'm surprised the rebel lasted that long. But that's him gone there. That is him gone. Lovely. Archers start running forward. All archers, actually, please stop shooting. So don't want us to lose our men for no good reason. Now, if all archers can go and deal with those Lombard... Actually, no, just send the general straight in at them. Just send the general straight in. You lads, what is actually left? There should be one unit left on the... yeah, one spear warband left on there. So this should be easy enough at this point. We've lost a few men, particularly the Sarmatians, who just would not listen to instruction. But there we are. General will mop up those Lombardis. Let's just get our infantry into a general position over here. Archers can start getting into position as well. And we will just pull back those lovely lads there. Alright, let's get ourselves set up around the plaza. And otherwise, pretty much ready to finish the job. Bit of confusion going on here as everyone runs aimlessly around in various circles. But essentially, we are just getting ourselves in a position to end this battle now. The Golden Band can come over here. We were just getting shot by the remnants of those archers, which was irritating me. What are you doing, lads? You're supposed to just... Yeah, you're supposed to just wander there. These guys are doing the same thing, so just go on to skirmish. Whatever that causes in this town. Oh, they're just going to get stuck, aren't they? Ridiculous, lads! Sarmatian archers are just suiciding themselves. This is annoying. They cost a lot of money. Pathfinding in cities as Cav is just a nightmare. And these archers, they can't seem to pathfind their way over here either. I told them about 3 times now. Oh, this is just irritating. Right, well, we've lost way too many troops for no good reason, but all is fine. We will knock them out shortly when the archers actually bothered to arrive. Come on, lads. Well, as they decide to suicide into us. See, the cavalry there were supposed to just smash into them. They didn't. They decided to run the complete opposite direction. Oh my lordy, lordy lord. The pathfinding is really irritating me at this point. Right, well, we can at least shoot in there. These disgraceful little fools can come back in this direction. And honestly, we've nearly won. It's just a matter of picking off the last few lads here. Yeah, they're just running back in circles at this point. Gosh, the pathfinding is irritating, but we'll just shoot them down at this point because we seem to have them stuck in a loop where their morale is too low for them to achieve anything else whatsoever. So here we are then. Campus Quaddy will fall to us, and we'll never speak of this debacle again because, frankly, I'm a little bit embarrassed. There we go. End the battle. We didn't lose that much, but what we did lose was unnecessary, unfortunately. Fortune favours the brave. Fortune favours those who take advantage of poor pathfinding, I think you'll find. Now, it's not worth doing much else with it other than maybe enslaving, but honestly, we need this to be with us very soon. Disillusioned, we're just going to have to get that to settle down. We will get a wall. And Frigg. Now, is Frigg anyone who works with us? Oh, yes, the farms. Don't think we have farms in our particular system, do we? No, we don't. So. No, none of that. So Frigg will probably have to go. We'll leave it for now. We'll get rid of it next turn. And we'll build ourselves a new temple. Retinue is expanded. The Galloper, that is marvellous. Certainly does help. Certainly does help. But no, there's no point in repairing that at all, is there? Okay, so we need to get ourselves settled down and yeah, just kind of bring some money and try and settle down everything because we've still got unrest around. The religious leader issue is a problem. We might have to kill the faction leader off just to deal with that because he's very young. And unfortunately, we're going to have this problem for a while, aren't we? Because he just won't pick up pagan at all. Right, well, we'll see if we can solve that one in time. Okay, we've got a terrible, terrible person to come join us with no personality whatsoever. But he's pagan, so there is at least something, and we are desperate for people. So that is something at the very least. So, Agaluf over here, you can head back over to Lombardy. Perfect. That will possibly cheer it up. Who knows? The Franks are hovering once again. I don't like it, but there's not a lot I can do about it either. We can at least get rid of that at this point. We can possibly at this point construct something new. Now, growth bonus would not be a bad idea over here, would it? Might be worth doing that because it isn't going to be a key one. We're going to be pumping our troops out of these two towns. So I'm less worried. Yeah, that's got the morale bonus. I'm less worried about actually focusing on Dzalwit on this particular occasion. So, yeah, this one can just get the growth bonus. Why does it say Christian? Have you become a Christian? No, it's really just the... No. It's entirely pagan. Right. Does the game think he's Christian? Am I missing something here? Maybe it thinks he's Christian because he's not pagan. I don't know. Very bizarre. Anyway, yeah, they'll be fine because we are, of course, building a new temple. So they should settle down in good time. At least we now have a new leader. We have got 3. We need at least 4 since we've got 4 settlements, I would suggest. But we'll see about that. We'll see about that. We just need to consolidate for a little bit now and just work out how we're going to build up our strength in the best way, and then where we can make our move, which will be obviously eastward. We have ourselves a Saxon assassin over there, which we don't have anyone over there. We do have an assassin over here, which is a bit worrying. So we'll send this lad over this far and go and take out that assassin. That's literally your job. That spy can stay there for now because I've literally got nothing else to protect my general otherwise, because I think only the faction leader has got himself yeah, he's the only one who's got himself security guards at this point, so we will have to see about that. It's a bit worrying at this point in time. The assassin should be able to do his job here. Marvellous work. There is a spy from the Franks in the city now, so he'll probably get kicked out in time because we've got our lad there. I will continue to keep that spy in there for the moment because I could do with keeping some in my core territories. Now, there was a spy over here, but I've lost sight of him as I've used up. So I'm just going to get one more spy. I'm getting a lot of them out, but I really need some intel at this point in time. It's good that I have a diplomat at Diplomat Town here because that's given me some nice intel. Map information for map information would be bad Sassanids. Trade between us. They want us to give tribute. It's not really worth it, is it, lads? I'll tell you what, though, actually, we'll take some trade rights because that wouldn't be bad in the future. We might well have a board. No, they don't want to talk because I didn't accept their last deal. Well, I'm not giving you tribute, sir. There's really no point. You're the other side of the world. Alas. Another assassin goes down then, and with that, lad, well, he isn't really... Yeah, well, he's actually up to 4, which is quite magnificent, it must be said. So that's not a bad start for that assassin. Taking out assassins is really the best way to do it. Now, actually, Alemanni Diplomat 50%. That's a good target for you, certainly. You can head over to them next. Now, Mokamani is slowly getting itself built up. As is Quadi, of course, but we are just lacking in options in terms of building our economy. I want to keep the population growth up, but I do need the money, unfortunately. Yeah, these are the ones that I really need to get something out of. Now, what do I get with the meeting? I get 1 extra experience on my spear, which is not worth it in the short term. Later, not an issue. For now, I really... I'm struggling with this, aren't I? What can I build up to? Because at the moment, I am a large city, so I can actually get all the way up to step swordsman experience 1, which wouldn't be bad, but is my money really strong enough for that investment right now? Possibly is, you know. I am going to do that, at least in that town. This is technically my capital, it is indeed. So, yeah, maybe we'll keep that going on for the moment. Now, you can see that the Tribus Vandali over here is indeed rebel, which is good to know. And I can also see, but there are the Roxolani. You will definitely take that. So maybe we've been a little bit too slow for that one. which is a shame, but I don't mind ending up in a war with them eventually. Some missionaries indeed rebel as well, so we probably should start moving in that direction before the Roxolani start getting in my way. Let's send you then over to the Sarmatian territory, or the original Sarmatian territory, and we'll see what we can do about that. This spy, however, you can continue to move over this way because we have lost our eyes on this area of the world, and it would be good to see a little bit more. Why can I see all this? Yes, I've got a spy in here, don't I? So yeah, the Saxons managed to avoid the hordes in the end, which is good for them, I suppose, but yeah, they seem to have lost the race with the Romans for this border here. Now, meanwhile, the Alemanni survived the hordes as well. The Franks, oh no, they're still not doing very well. See, I can see Lombardy, but the Burgundy, I haven't seen them declared dead, but I haven't seen them for quite a while. So this guy is basically a spy. And I'm wondering, yeah, the Romans are looking a bit too strong for me right now. Oh well, it's fine. We can try and build a power base. It's just our economy is pretty darn terrible right now. Wouldn't be a bad thing to start getting some trade with the Saxons. The Saxons taking this wouldn't be a terrible thing for me at all. Interesting, Lombardy have been fought back from the Alemanni and seem to have given up on the Frankish capital too. Aha! Romans. Western Rome want alliance trade right map information. I will very much accept that. I think they can see that we then squeeze in their enemies as well. Marvellous. I like that. I like that a lot. So we have ourselves some friends. Bit of trade potentially, albeit no, we can't quite trade with Carnuntum, sadly. So we might want them to take back a Quincum, actually. That might benefit us. And I know the Saxons are allies, which probably means I'm not going to be allies with either of them. And apart from the Saxons, I wouldn't be too interested. I'm more interested, actually, in being allies with the Romans, realistically. So, my little scouter Matt here. That wasn't a very good phrase. I was trying to go for scout diplomat, but yep. We'll move on from that travesty. Revolt has been suppressed. The Eastern Empire rebels. Oh, how sad. Oh, my good friends, the Eastern Empire rebels. And we have ourselves a few things. Now, a few things I noticed over here. Sarmatia has been retaken by the Sarmatians. So that's fair enough. I could see it was under siege as I was running my lad over here. Now, see, I was about to say the Roxolani swung down here. Probably to go and take this because I thought it was a better town, which it probably is. I'm on my way over here myself. They're going to beat me there now unless they start bumbling around. They might well do. They might well do. They have seemed like they're not quite sure what they're aiming for right now. Now, Campus Barbarian is literally empty still, which is interesting. So we might as well go and walk into there. Honestly, can I just send a unit? Yeah, let's just send that one unit off there. That'll be absolutely fine. We'll just plod into there and that'll be ours, which is magnificent. Just give ourselves some extra land. Now, of course, we are going to come to blows with the Roxolani eventually, and quite possibly Sarmatians as well if they're going to be over here. We'll have to see about that in the longer term. I need to find out where these hordes are. Somewhere in here are the hordes, because they've obviously triggered the Sarmatians in the first place, but I haven't seen anyone being at war with the Eastern Empire, so I'm not quite sure what is going on with that right now. On the plus side, though, the money isn't terrible. We actually managed to have building projects and getting some troops out around the Empire now, and we can at least get +1 experience on these guys. They've got the plus morale, of course, remember, so they are slightly better than they look. Public order is still obviously an issue. Unrest will not settle down, and I can't do anything about squalor. And, well, I can't actually do anything about the religion issue. I might have to get that guy killed in battle, but I need more family members before I do that. A bit of a problem. How are we doing with this? Because some people have some children. No one's having children. Died tragically. Yeah, died in battle. So we do have... lovely. Our faction leader has at least got himself a son. Is that son going to be religious in any way? I don't know. Ethel Modder there. You've just hired your mate, presumably. Actually, no, that might actually be your son. 42, 26. Unlikely. possible. I don't really know. Oh, she's 50, so you're only going to be getting people older than you at this point. Okay, well that's fine. He will at least adopt some people, which isn't a problem for me actually. It's just a little bit worrying that we are lacking in the children front here. Come on, guys, have a few drinks, have a nice evening. You know, have a few children, get on with it. Ah, yes, the assassin work. There we go, more work. He's getting himself to be a very good assassin for us. Excellent indeed. Goths, they want an alliance too. Now, it always annoys me. You can't see the diplomacy screen of who they are allies with at this point. I'm going to say yes because whilst they're not that strong, I probably want counterweight. They have one territory, but I probably want to have someone who isn't necessarily too fond of the Sarmatians, because I think they're going to be an enemy of mine going forward. So that's alright, we've got ourselves a bit of diplomacy going on now. We've got some Goths and some Western Romans on the side. They tend to get on, to be fair. They tend to be the more friendly with the Romans, the Goths. So alliance announced, that is indeed us. We've got some lads being trained, buildings being done, some money coming in at last, and of course we are training up this lad over here. So Colderic the Killer, he's still on 4, but we must do something. Yes, evidently, by the way, Saxons seem to have failed to actually take that town, which is kind of embarrassing. We missed the target, which is slightly annoying. I really don't want you to get caught with the Saxons, so we'll just leave that. Just thought we'd done a little pop. Yeah, they seem to have generals coming out of their arse, even though they have one city. Same with the Franks, who were once again under siege. You do tend to find this on Barbarian Invasion that, you know, the units in the city, particularly the Sarmatians, I find you tend to find that their generals and all their units just get up to like 7 experience, and the auto resolve will not let anything happen whatsoever. Kind of, I think, a little bit what we're seeing right now. This diplomat can continue to head over here. I can't really see an awful lot of what's going on right now, but it's always useful to have a diplomat by your friends, and you can do a bit of scouting while he's there. Now, we do have a bit of money for some extra investment. Musterfield, probably not worth it. Market there is probably the most important thing. And yeah, otherwise, I'm just kind of going to sit on what funds I have. Now, the rebels are neutral. Ah, no, it's not. It's because the Roxolani have taken it, which is annoying because they've got more units than I was sending. That is indeed quite irritating. We'll put it down on Watchtower over here. We haven't got a lot of money, but gives us some sight. We have to head back for now, I think. So we need to build up a little bit of force to go off and attack those lads. It's probably not worth building the Hall of Heroes just yet, not until I get a bit of money in. Although I am gaining money now. I'm gaining some money now, so not the worst idea in the world. We need to get our units up there pronto. There's no road, there's marshland. I think we should beat them to that. I will send the horses as well, which is what I got them for, because even if they're going to take the same amount of time, I could do with 2 units up there. Ah, lovely. A Saxon general gone down, just en route to the east, because what we need to start doing is dealing with the Roxolani. They're really our true enemies. We just want to keep the Saxons not too strong. They're a nice trading partner with us. I'm happy to keep them on side. But of course, I don't want them to be too strong. The Roxolani have just announced an alliance with the Sarmatians, by the way, which is a bit of a problem for us. So you go in here, you'll notice, yeah, they have quite a bit of experience on their lads. So Sarmatian Virgin Cavalry, how marvellous. You would have thought after having some experience and killed someone, they could, get married. Isn't that the idea? I don't know. Anyway, horse archers and the herdsmen. Now, the herdsmen are terrible, but there's more men here. Yeah, very experienced herdsmen. Still herdsmen, but at this point 9, 12, and obviously extra morale of having got all that experience. So, got to bear in mind, these could be a tricky set of guys to face. We'll slowly start developing our forces. We're going to get this force up towards the border here. We need to keep some forces behind, but I'm happy at least the Romans are on side. We got to keep these guys just bottled up against each other. Let's keep the Saxons as neutral as possible and just useful trading partners. Burgundy is unhappy again. This is becoming a problem. I send my faction leader over there. I think I will have to. That is just going to be what we have to do. I really do with more generals. Is anyone having any children? I haven't seen any messages about that at all, have I? No, I haven't. It's a bit of a shame. A bit of a shame, ladies and gentlemen. But we are starting to get the politics of the world develop here. Now, people are starting to accept that I am, you know, a sensible and not insignificant power anymore. The next time we'll walk into Campus Barbarian, take that back. Let's have a look at these guys. They've got some Virgin Foot Archers as well. So they're not great units, but they do have experience. So we've got to be careful. Oh, there are the Huns. There are the Huns. Okay. If they want to settle, that'd be great. If they want to take out the the Western rebels, that's fine by me. That's yeah, it's not a problem. Hopefully they're going to take the Romans after that. They've left the siege again. Make it your mind if they could go to war with the Romans or get in some fights. That would be brilliant. I'm not sure if they are at war or not. I just want to check actually on diplomacy for that matter. Did I miss the death of the Lombardy? No. Or the Burgundy even. I just haven't seen them in a long time. Yeah, they are enemies with everyone over there. Obviously, we got peace with them both, didn't we? So Lombardy's are there, but I have not got any sign of where the Burgundians are. I've not seen them in a long time. Alas, 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 alas. Oh well, not a problem for me. The Huns and the Roman Western Empire has happened as a war. That's interesting. That kind of works for me. I can't do anything to stop the Huns, to be honest with you. I'd like to block up the bridge, but I don't have any units. So that's a slight issue on that front, isn't it? Get the temple in, and from here on in, we're just going to start building up any spare forces, of course. But really, we just need to get a bit of money because it's going to be mercenaries that's going to do this for us. General can go into there. Spy can now start wandering off because we at last have a little bit of peace with the assassins. So we managed to clear them off. Now it's worth bearing in mind that, oh, he can see me, which is a bit of a problem. We will go walk into a town over here. We'll let the infantry do it since it was their job. Occupy the town. They're not very happy. For some reason they're Christian, God knows why. And we can, of course, get these different things here. Now, what is the breakdown? Paganism is causing unrest, which is just bizarre. So, 45, 25. So, garrison 80. Okay, fine. We'll be slightly in the positive once we've dealt with the paganism issue. So, I reckon up here, we probably just want some growth, don't we? To be a core territory, it'll be culturally perfectly happy. So, we'll go for growth bonus. Up here, Campus Barbarian is back to being ours. This lad, I know you're building up our fort. The river's getting in the way here. They won't know if I walk across their territory over there, and it's fine. We're going to wage war with them soon anyway. Yeah, we need to get ourselves set on that kind of a path. Maybe drop a couple of watchtowers before we start attacking them. I need to keep this guy and keep his eyes on where their troops are in this part of the world. Because if I know where all their men are, I can do a good job of just making sure I outmaneuver them. Because that's really going to be the way that I win that particular conflict. It's going to be a bit tricky, this campaign. It's a very slow one to get working for me, actually, isn't it? You guys can just about make it, which is something. I'm down to 0 money. And, yes... Yes, things are looking a bit dicey. At last, we have ourselves a candidate for adoption, and a good one at that. Pagan, of course, but rational plus morale. Oh, good all-round lad. I love it. Where are you? You're in the capital. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And we have just got ourselves a lovely blacksmith here, which certainly is useful. So we've just retrained those troops, haven't we? Now, on another front, there are some problems. There are some slight problems with what's going on right now. In that, we kind of had the Huns at the borders. Now, this could be worse. I think they're clearly going for the Romans and not me. But I'm just going to run my lad away up to the Marcomanno territory. They just feel like they need someone to look after them, Quaddy. Don't worry, we're not abandoning you at all. Not at all, not at all. Yes, so we do at least have ourselves some forces in our towns nowadays. We are getting some money in. We're up to, just over 1,000 a turn. We get ourselves mines over here, which will be marvellous because we'll get ourselves, it says plus 200. Sometimes it's different, 300. Marvellous. I don't actually know where the resource is, but somewhere there is a lovely, lovely shiny resource. It's probably this gold over here, yeah, because it goes into that old Amazon territory from the original game. Now, they seem to be swinging people in this direction, which is interesting, but not terrible for us. I'm much more interested in the Sarmatians. Ah, okay. So they have some good experienced lads here. They're not actually very good, but they have something. So I'm going to send my lad over to the Sarmatian territory instead. I will have to pick up some I'm going to pick these up now actually, because if there's only one unit left, I'm just going to have to get them in case I can't get any others. Now, Watcho, our best spy, most aptly named spy you could imagine, of course. He is he's not very good for a 45-year-old, but he's somewhere. He's getting there. He's keeping an eye on the Roxolani, and of course our assassin is heading over to deal with them. Even if they're not going to be our immediate allies, seeing as they're now allied with both the Goths and the Western Romans, we probably are still seeing them as a mid-term enemy. But yes, their alliance will at least keep them away from my wrath for a short amount of time anyway. Yes, so with the Huns at the borders and the Roxolani playing some good diplomacy around me, just need to be a bit careful here. But as we look to get to the end of today's episode, we do at very least start to have an economy here. We are still very weak and vulnerable. If we have to fall back through these lands into the Campus Lombardi, I guess we will. But we're not going to be able to do a lot if the Huns start turning up in force. Hopefully they'll see juicier targets in the Romans. Maybe we'll just head from Conantum and down towards Ravenna and Milan. Hopefully anyway. Getting some practice in with our assassin here before we go for their leaders. Don't actually seem to have a huge amount of leaders in the area here. We are up to about 5 now. Yep, up to 5. They have themselves a diplomat coming up towards our horse step lancers here. Now we can't really build any units here, which is unfortunate. I'm not going to be building a road anytime soon, I don't think. So we'll just leave it as it is. Now, I think this situation means we're going to have to be heading in this direction. Let's head over to Vandali over here. There are actually 2 generals in there. We can knock them off, knock their heads off. Knock their heads off very easily, I think, with this lad. We should have a decent chance now. We should be about 30-40%. This army, however, is starting to worry me a little bit, so I might have to call off that plan. It's going to deal with the rebels for now, because they are wandering from border to border, albeit the pirates are an unstoppable menace, so we'll just give up on trade from the sea, I think. We've got a road border with the Saxons, who seem to perpetually be stuck, failing in that direction. But there are a few problems to deal with the Roxolani, and I think, it will end up being them who we go to war with. The writing seems to be on the wall. They've literally entered my territory, which, in fairness, apart from literally cutting across here, I have not done with them. So I'm taking this as their declaration of war, to be honest with you. Watcho, get on with the spine research. In fact, you should probably move over to that river there. Roxolani are going to give me a poke, which is a little bit irritating. They have a load of runaway spearmen, who are terrible, by the way. Well, we'll withdraw for now. Yeah, that's fine. I did pull them a little bit back, just to see how deep they would want to come into my lands, and yeah, they have properly attacked me now. What that means is, what does that mean for our situation of alliances? Because we were obviously... we were both in alliance with the Western Empire and the Goths, so... which way round have they all decided to fall on that? Revolt has been suppressed. The Eastern Empire rebels are gone again. I have some money. Agent found. Blah, 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 blah. Diplomatic information. They broke their alliances with me. Both of them. Brilliant. So they sided with the aggressor, which is irritating, to say the least. Right. You guys fall back over there. Killer chap, killer chap, killer chap. We need to get some work done with you. Now, I don't actually want to attack this city. I don't... Or do I? Oh, not if they get all of them back into the battle as well. What I wouldn't mind doing is wandering near their town. Hiring up... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Which are the better ones again? It is the Simulation lads. I can only afford one of them. But I can get them and the Vandali. So that's something. A bit of money spent on those mercenaries. But it's going to be our best way of dealing with this problem. Now, we've also got a force over here to deal with. Obviously, these lads... it's annoying. Now you, sir, get over here with the general. Honestly, why are you rebelling, people? We've got a war on. I'm leaving the town to defend you. Yeah, they're just going to be arses about it, aren't they? Indeed they are. It's fine. At least down here we've now got rebels on the border, which means we're fairly safe. So nations are plodding around. Lots of, yeah, big. It's a very small banner for that many units. Very battered army by the looks of it. We just need to be careful. Up here, can't actually afford peasants. Okay, things are happening. But for now, it might be worth trying to kill one of these lads. So let's go for this guy. That's so annoying. That's really annoying. The Sarmatians just hanging around at the edge of my territory currently, which is intriguing. I don't know why they just go for these two rebel towns, but they seem to be wanting to annoy me. As if to say, yeah, we can stand in your land too. But yeah, we want to get the Iron lads so you can just move off. That'd be lovely. New homeland, by the way, for the Burgundii in Tarraconensis, which is down in Spain somewhere. One of these ones. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, it's this one over here. So they've got Tarraco. So that is now, yes, whatever I just said that was. Yeah, so the Burgundii finally have a home. Lombardy are just getting constantly battered. And yeah, we are going to have to head into Vicus Vandali because there are men coming from all directions now. We're going to need to have to win these separately. Luckily, their forces aren't all together, which is their best chance for success. So we are going to have to send some reinforcements, but that is all we can actually muster. General is going to have to go this way. The faction leader is going to get himself killed because that is honestly what he needs to do at this point. Because whilst he is alright, he's got a few bits of this and that trait there. Honestly, the religious... we should not, as a small empire, have any problem with public order. There are huge amounts of issues with it. So we need to go and deal with the religious problem at the very least. So time then to head into Vicus Vandali. And unfortunately with two generals here, this could be tricky. I was hoping to have bumped one of them off. And I don't think we can afford... Yes, we can just afford one more unit of Alani horses. So we're just going to drown them with arrows, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head in. It's been a long time since we've had a battle today. It's been a very, well, diplomatic... Well, it's not been very good diplomacy. There's been a lot of diplomacy going on. And, 3 experience. We could easily lose this if we are not careful. It is 2-to-1 ratio, but I'm not overly confident. Let's have a little go. Let's try and smash them. If they want to get themselves in range of my arrows, that is perfectly fine by me. We have a huge amount of archer power here today. That is going to be the main way we win this. We don't have a huge amount of infantry. We should have enough, though, to hold a line against the general when it comes to a battle. The Golden Band are going to be helpful. Yeah, you see, they're getting slaughtered. These are useless troops, in case you're not aware. I quite like their trousers, though. They're not too shabby, are they? Not too shabby, but... Alas, they're not very good at blocking my arrows. So we're cracking the gate pretty easily. We'll try and shoot at the warlords. What is your effective range? Possibly enough, actually, to go and shoot the warlord. Okay, then our best bet comes like this. All missiles on to shoot. We have a couple of Schiltrums here. Luckily, these are the Schiltrum, not the spear wall kind of lads. They're very similar looking troops. That actually don't use the Schiltrum but use the spear wall. We want the Schiltrum here. We'll just block them off. Pretty much they try and charge any way through us to get to the archers. They'll have to hit the Schiltrums. That is ideal for us. So we'll start shooting at them. And they will eventually pull themselves into battle, I imagine. If not, we'll just keep on doing damage like this and see how they're doing at the end of it. If we have to engage them, then I guess we will. But we can do some big damage in the meantime. Okay, all missiles ceased for the moment. You guys head in to close the trap. Do I want to send those Vandalis around? Possibly not, you know. They are not holding that well. General, get in there and help as well. Nope, he's going. That's fine. All missiles back onto shoot. Everyone else back in position. General, back here. You are fine where you are. So are you, lads. Well done, lads. You held. But just don't do what I did last time and tell them to guard. Because if I tell them to guard, I have big problems with these guys as they give up their formation. So, carry on. Didn't kill the general, but we've done some good damage. Now, they are moving out of range, which is slightly irritating. We've got the spearmen over there who we can knock out without too many problems. The generals, though, are over in that direction. So, yes. We'll change our tack just a tiny bit. Send in the horse archers, then, to draw these guys in on this occasion. So, send 3 of you in. We know horse archers are brilliant at running away in cities, so there'll be no problem whatsoever. Dear. Right, well, let's do this for a moment. See if we can just shoot these lads. Honestly, these guys might just, well, get themselves murdered pretty much instantaneously. But that's fine by me. They're not going to last very long. So we'll just speed it up when it comes to these guys. Yeah, they're coming in. Right, pull the horse archers back. All of these guys, stop wasting your ammo. It's a waste of your time. You guys might as well swing instantly back. Oh, so no, check on the general. Check on the generals. They're in range. Shoot them. Same with you. Shoot that general if you can. This works for us. Right, are they going to get pulled in? Are they going to get pulled in? They're a lovely colour, by the way, the Roxolani. Ooh, they're facing the wrong way. Yeah, we're doing this pretty well because they haven't got pulled into one huge engagement, which is what I was anticipating. But we are not quite. We might just be able to tease the general in. I don't know. We're going to run out of arrows with our main lads in a moment, but we still have the horse archers. So, you lads get there. You lads get there. You lads into there. They don't seem to want to, do this any other way now. And you guys press into the back of them. The general better not die. I'd be livid if he manages to kill himself. We kill their general. Good. That's fine. Golden bands. Back in position. Okay, this campaign cannot afford us to throw away lives anymore. It was fine during the Mad Horde days, but we're like that rock band who have been around a couple of decades now. We are a bit more chill. Let's just send them in. It's fine. We'll finish him off like this. This guy can have a proper... These bodyguards can have a proper death, like all good men should. Here we go. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. And we have victory over the Roxolani, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a very diplomatic day so far. It's been a long time in between these wars, but without too many casualties, we've managed to cleanly enough take some of their territory off them. So that is Vickers Vandali in our hands. Now we're just going to occupy. It's a small place, not a lot going on here. Fortunately, we don't have the money to even repair the walls, which is a bit of a problem if they want to turn up. Bit of a problem. Now these guys don't actually have a general. I might be better off, you know, walking straight out of the town, -1 unit or something like that, and going to deal with them. I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all. You know, we'll go into the town. We'll give them a poke next time if indeed we think that's the best thing to do. We need to keep our spies around here. We've got this general coming in, the leader, who's going to get himself killed to deal with our religious problems. And yes, in the next episode, I think what we'll be doing is having a full-scale war with the Roxolani. That means we then can just go and take all their land. That suits me. We will see how that all goes. Colchis is indeed assassinated, not Eastern Roman. That's interesting to know. Right, I will leave you till next time then, ladies and gentlemen. After what's been a complicated set of affairs today, we have ourselves a new war, which means a new opportunity to go and deal with the Roxolani. We now have 6 settlements. Nice bit of lovely green blue on the map. I'm enjoying it. It's been a tricky one, but who would have expected less for this particular campaign. I'm Thomas, this is Nest Demon, and this has been the Slavic campaign. Thank you, and bye-bye. Shoot the flames of death into their eyes. Oh no, we're gonna die! Coward, 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 coward. Stop, sir! You're supposed to die! Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away! Our ballistas can actually shoot our own gates! Okay, let's get on with this battle. Run away.